How's it going, guys? Uber Jack here with another video for you today. And this one today, we're discussing the new feature on the Uber app, which is the job offer page, where you're now being given part or partial postcodes. It's basically not working at the moment as it should. I think maybe you may have already been aware of it, and it's causing other little issues with the job offers that are coming through. So just wanted to make a quick video on that, just to point that out to you guys that may not be aware of it, and how you can read through the lines, if you like, to make sure it doesn't affect you. So first of all, there's an issue at the moment with when you get offered a job. It'll say a distance and a time that it'll take you to get there. The distance seems to be wrong on sort of 90% of the trips coming through. So it'll say something like 3 miles away, when it'll only then say that it's 2 minutes away in terms of time. The time is correct, the distance is wrong. So if that's happening to you, just go off the time and accept it. And the reason why I'm saying this is because if you're on a trip already and a trip comes through and you're sort of concentrating on driving, you're not really able to assess yourself where the job actually is. So you're relying on that information to be correct in terms of the distance and the time. Just so you know, it's the time that is still okay and it's still about right. You know, it's not perfect, but it's near enough there. But the distance seems to be off by a long distance. There's also issues with the postcode, where the customer's apparently going to being wrong. I've seen that happen a few times myself. It's not giving the accurate information there, which isn't a big problem because we never had that anyway. You know, it's not like, oh well, that's really thrown a big spanner in the works. No, it's just teething issues, and don't sort of worry if that's happening or threat. It's just occasionally happening that it'll say a postcode, but then you'll actually find out when the customer gets in the car that the postcode is completely wrong from what you were told on the job offer screen, which, as I say, is not a massive deal, but that is happening. And also there's been issues with just the map in general being a bit buggy. The GPS sort of throwing you off of where you should be and where it's showing you are maybe arriving at customers' houses, and they think that you're still 5 minutes away, things like that happening. So what I would recommend in things like that, just follow the usual practices. You don't need to do anything above and beyond what you're doing. Maybe just drop one of the automated messages to the customer to say you've arrived when you've arrived, just in case there's some muddle up on their side, which seems to be happening. And that's it, really. It's not a massive deal either way. I don't think many people are too worried about it, but it's more of an observation, I guess, that these things are happening. And I did say the other day that things like this are bound to happen. These aren't going to come in smoothly, these new features, being as they are quite big. And I think also the favorites feature is taking a while to really get off the ground. For passengers more than anything, I think it's all there and ready to go. In fact, I know it's all there and ready to go. I've seen it myself. I've seen other drivers with multiple favorites already coming through. What happens is when you do a trip, it'll come up afterwards saying the customer has, maybe not straight away, but at some point it'll come into your profile notifications saying that you've been favorited by a rider. What are you beeping for? This is a left turn. Yeah, so that the favorite thing, it does work. I think it's just customers aren't too aware of it. So maybe you could just be speaking to customers yourself, guys. This is what I'm gonna start doing. I haven't really mentioned it to too many, in all honesty, because you got to be careful about who you want as your favorites, I guess. You can pick and choose, because you don't have to accept the trips from those customers, I guess that's how it's going to work. But you know, if there's a particular customer that you think's quite good, it was a decent sized trip where you took them, and it could be potentially be more, maybe you could just be speaking to the customers yourselves, just to say, hey, do you know there's a new feature on the app now where you can favorite myself or another Uber driver if you so wish. But I think other than that, it's just going to take time for customers to actually know it's there and start using it. So just a few updates there for you guys about what I've noticed so far about the new features, in particular the job offer feature. And yeah, that's it. Catch you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.